Hey there, friend. Lisa, the Love Coach here. I am so happy you came across my video. It is going to be juicy. It is based on my blog article, which I just wrote hot off the press. It is Going No Contact with a Narcissist. Here is what to consider. You can check out this full article over at LoveQuestCoaching.com, my website, where you can print it out, you can memorize it, you can use it for your future reference. But I'm going to dig into some points of this, so let's go. Okay. Going no contact with a narcissist. What you need to consider. Going no contact with the narcissist is ultimately the only solution to guarantee peace in your life. It is often difficult. It's very difficult to do this, right? For many people. That's why you're searching on the internet why you can't do this. You try, but you can't. So, going no contact with a narcissist or someone highly manipulative or toxic. This could be a family member. This could be a lover. A spouse even, right? Where you're looking to divorce and leave them, but you're having such a struggle and such a hard time doing this. We're going to get into what you need to consider so that you can do this and have it stick. I'm a certified professional life coach, and I'd say that over 85% of my clients come to me trying to go no contact and then struggle with their decision. Out of this group, most, if not all, have unresolved childhood issues which must be addressed in order to create this peaceful, happy life. So going no contact is going to give you the space so that you can start doing the inner work. And oftentimes people are remiss in doing their inner work and they don't integrate and they don't really make any changes to the healing, right? They haven't really truly healed the root for why they were with the narcissist in the first place, why they are accepting the behavior, why they are not instilling boundaries and sticking to boundaries while in these relationships with these people. And again, it can be parents, it could be siblings, it could be coworkers, it could be anybody in your life can be this type of toxic dynamic. But if you do not know how to have your own frame, your own energy with these people, they will mess with you. They are predatory and they are psychotic. Let's keep going. Here are certain things to consider when going no contact with a narcissist and how to actually pull it off so it sticks. Maybe you've seen this because, you're looking at videos because you've done no contact so many times and every time they hoover you and then you go back. This hopefully will give you the information so you don't go back anymore. Number one, you have to understand what no contact means. No contact means no contact. It doesn't mean silent treatment. It doesn't mean allow them to chase you and beg you for forgiveness. It means that you end all contact, period. And then if you need to be chased and begged for forgiveness, then you need to do some inner child work to handle whatever wounds still reside within you. Making you need this validation, this approval, recognition, the attention from someone whose behavior has repeatedly shown you what they're about. These people are showing you what they're about, yet you're still allowing them to do the things that they do to you that they just don't feel right for you. You're allowing them to manipulate you. You're allowing them to ask you for more chances to prove that they can be different, but they are not. They only keep the bullshit behavior going over and over because you allow it. Have they changed? Nope. Will they change? Nope. Stop hoping that these people are going to change. They will not change. They don't understand their own behavior. They don't want to understand their own behavior. They want to manipulate. That's the only thing that they're after doing. And if you allow it, then you are perfect prey to the typical predatory, narcissistic, toxic person. You have to stop being prey. And in order to stop being prey to these people, you have to commit to doing your inner work. The work in here and the work in here. Your mindset dictates new actions, making new agreements with yourself. And that, as a life coach, is what I help people to do in my one-on-one coaching and soon in my courses. So that's going to be a big announcement when I'm ready for that. No contact will require blocking this person from all social media and from your phone and from your life. But Lisa, people ask me, what if I'm co-parenting with my ex and they are highly narcissistic? I go into this deep into this article. Again, you can find it at LoveQuestCoaching.com or click the link in the description. this is a very common question. You know, the people who are co-parenting with a narcissist, right? You can't just like write them off because you have the children in common. You're linked to this person forever, right? Which only makes it more serious a decision of who you have babies with, right? A lot of people these days, they're not using their minds when it comes to choosing who they have as a father to their children. They're just getting themselves pregnant as if they, oopsie-doo-dealy, I tripped and slipped on a dick and now I got pregnant. Like, use your head, because your decisions impact society as a whole. If you can't have a solid family structure and you're bringing children into the world and they have no sense of father leadership, the house is not fully connected because, you have a single mother and she's got a lot of demands on her. She's not around often and she doesn't have a support system. This is a very difficult life, and you're going to bring kids into the world that are unruly and don't have a sense of direction. So this is what we're seeing. This is why our society is in total chaos and turmoil. But that's a totally different topic for another video. But anyway, my suggestion for the people who are co-parenting with narcissistic people is to only allow communication about the children and keep it very brief. Do not entertain any messages about you. Any kind of, these people will try to, poke at you, right? They'll text you, they'll criticize you, they'll try to hoover you into a negative exchange. You can't be available for that. And one of the things that I teach in my coaching is communication. So prior to being a life coach, I was a marketing and public relations practitioner, I guess you could say. Executive, whatever. Anyway, it was for 23 years I did this career. And I use a lot of the resources and, things that I learned from that career, one of which being effective communication, especially in crisis communication. How to create statements, which I'm going to get into in this. You want to be 3 steps ahead from these people at all times. You want to always communicate with them in a way that is lining up the next interaction, and you want to keep all of their interactions with you. You want to look at this as legal, right? You're building a legal case for yourself. Every single time your co-parent person is giving you shit, you take that, you screenshot it, you put it to a file. You're going to start building your case. You are not going to engage into this response. You're always going to keep it about the children. That is it. Logistics about the children, their well-being, and that is it. The second that they get personal with you, you end the communication. Going no contact is easier with family because you can block their number and never hear from them again. Remember, these family members aren't paying your mortgage, rent, car insurance, or for anything else in your life. Now we're going to get into the parents who are narcissistic, the extended family members that are narcissistic, perhaps even siblings. Okay, so if you're an adult and you have people in your family still paying your way, then you're not really an adult. It's time for you to grow up, because these people will use financial control to hold that over you so that they could dictate how you're going to live your life. In order for people to have a say in your life, they need to pay for your life. So decide and get uncomfortable and start taking full responsibility for yourself, or you will forever remain under these people's control. That's what they want. They want to control you. So I was coaching a woman. She was in her late 30s, and she was a bit of a prima donna and a daddy's girl. And they didn't realize, right? She didn't realize that her parents were using her and controlling her with money. She had constant anxiety. They were dictating where she lived, that she had to work in the family business. It was like she was a slave to her parents. And finally, she had to separate. There was a massive codependency there. And she was massively depressed, and she didn't know how to separate and become her own identity, her own person, separate from her parents. Her parents were manipulating her through money and convenience. Stop relying on manipulative parents who control you with money, because you'll never grow up. Yep, that client, she was 38 years old, but when you spoke with her, she seemed as if she was 17. This is called arrested development. It makes you not even able to develop into your adult self because you're too manipulated and controlled by your parents into adulthood. My recommendation is to move possibly to another city or even another state. When going no contract, setting a physical boundary is often necessary and a fast track to peace. But Lisa, What will the family think if I just up and go and move? What if I stay and go no contact? What will the family think? This question of what will the family think is normal. It shows that you're a caring person, right? You're not just like living in a silo on an island and not caring about your tribe. But it also is showing that you are tethered to the opinions of others. And it still matters to you very much, right? You haven't stepped into your individuality and into your sovereignty as an adult. So the question will keep people in misery. What will this person think? If I write my mother off, what will my siblings think? Because then don't I have to write them off too? Like, how is this going to go? It's going to be a big snowball, a big disaster. So you ruminate in this, fictitious thing instead of doing what is best for you. So no one should or could ever care for you more than you. And the sooner you understand that, the sooner you will be on your way to creating your own peace and happiness. And, when you choose to protect and preserve your peace, that's when other people aren't going to like you very much, right? They like you better codependent. They like you better under their control. So when you wake up from the haze and you say, I'm not going to be that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, these people treat me like crap and I'm going to start saying something, or I'm going to remove myself from these people. When you start advocating for yourself, they're not going to like it. So you need to consider that and be prepared for that when you're going no contact with family members, with romantic relationships, what have you. But Lisa, what about when others in the family reach out to me and then ask what is going on, right? So this is what happens. You're going to have a situation where you're going to go no contact, or you're going to make a decision about not going to an event with the family, or just starting to withdraw yourself a bit from the family. And somebody from the family will probably call you up and ask you what is going on. So this is where you make a statement. Remember earlier I said I did public relations for 23 years. This is where that skill set comes in to help my clients. I help you to craft a statement. And what you're going to do is you're going to say a very quick and succinct, to the point thing that represents yourself and that doesn't open doesn't allow for a negotiation. This is not about negotiation. This is about you making a statement about what is. And it goes like this. When your family calls you up and says, why aren't you talking to your mother? Why aren't you talking to your sister? What happened with you and your husband? Ba-da-da-da. You simply reply, after long and careful consideration, I finally decided to claim full responsibility for my peace. I've been mistreated by this person for far too long and choose not to allow it any longer. I appreciate your concern for me and for your respect and privacy during this time, regarding this matter. However way you want to word it. I have it actually written out in the blog. I'm telling you, print this thing out. It's magic. LoveQuestCoaching.com. Go to the description. The link to the blog is right there. Then when family members come at you again, you simply just repeat yourself, the same statement over and over again. They'll get the message. This is called having boundaries of discussion. Boundaries of discussion shuts down negotiation on your point of view and what it is that you're doing and decisions that you're making in your life. There's things that are up for discussion, and then there are things that are just a decision. This is a decision that you're making for your life. It is not up for negotiation. Being an adult means that you get to decide which subjects are off limits to certain people in your life. This is not you being a teenager anymore, where you're telling your parents every single thing that happens in your life so they can judge you and criticize you, right? You're paying for yourself. This is why the money aspect is so important. When you are fully detached from your parents, then nobody can mess with you. Nobody can control you anymore. Similarly with, relationships, right? If you have financial stake and you're still connected and tethered to this person financially, they're going to still try to control you. But what about the holidays, Lisa? And what about if these people get sick? No contact means no contact, period. If your family sides with the narcissist who paints you as the villain and then themselves the victim, then congratulations, you get to see who has your back and who is just another sheep, right? The family, you're going to make a decision. They're all going to side with whomever. Some will stay neutral. You'll see how everybody plays out. This is just collateral damage and you're going to have to deal with it. And when you love yourself, you understand quality over quantity. You don't need 57 people who are shitting on you. What you need is a good crew of maybe 3 people. That's it, who have your back 100%. You weren't put here to take shit from people. If something happens to them or someone in your family will reach out to you, you can then decide how you want to proceed at that time, right? It's not like you're not going to have complete contact, and you're going to have some lifeline to your family, right? You'll have a cousin, somebody who keeps you in the loop of what's going on, but you're not going to be in it. You're going to be outside looking at it from here. So if somebody close to you that you wrote off dies, then you have the right to make a decision of how you're going to handle it at the time. You don't have to subject yourself to abuse just because people are family, right? You have full-on permission to take the C4 explosives and blow up the bridge because your peace matters more. And these people are abusers, manipulators. Allow yourself 1 month to research narcissistic abuse, right? The people make a mistake in that they become like a PhD surfing the internet, reading articles, looking at videos like this, but for far too long. They start to get so into the weeds to understand what narcissism is. That's fine, and it is important in the healing process to really understand what it is and what motivates these people so that you can understand how to spot them. Got it, right? But allow a month. Don't go into the weeds of 6 months, a year, 2 years, constantly joining groups, talking about my narc. No, stop with that. Okay, your goal is your peace. Your goal is to move ahead in life. Your goal is to reflect and say, what did I learn from this situation? What will I not take from people anymore? What is allowed and what isn't allowed? That is your job. That is the gift that comes from dealing with a toxic, narcissistic, manipulative piece of shit person, is that you now have an education in how to spot these people a million miles away and how to handle them so that when they, think that they can mess with you, you can say to them, I see what you're trying to do, honey, and I'm not available for it. So you can run along and try your shit with someone else. Now, if this is the level of confidence that you want to get around, right? You want to get that in yourself. You need to get around people who have it. You need to get around people who have seen it, written off family members, which I have. I walk my talk, honey. I'm not just saying this because it's trendy. I'm saying this because I've been there. And I know how to go about deciding whether to write somebody off or not, the process of it, the aftermath of it, how to handle yourself, and how to heal from it. So that's what month 1 is all about, giving yourself the opportunity to read a book or to do video research or what have you on what is a narcissist. Once you do all of that and you kind of connect the dots and you're like, wow, these people were really running me, for a fool, then you get into your own inner work. That's when you start to put the focus off of them and onto you. This is when you commit to healing your past wounded versions of you. The inner child work and the shadow work are the 2 modalities that I've done, continue to do, and now teach my clients how to do that are effective. Both are very efficient. You don't have to be in therapy for years and years and years. It's quick. Just dedicate your time to your healing. Get focused on your healing. Commit fully to your healing. Write these motherfuckers off and get on your healing. The past wounded versions of you are all the ones that need and require the love, care, compassion, kindness, patience, attention, nurturing, and when necessary, discipline. And when you learn how to give yourself those things in the form of that wounded inner child, that inner child isn't going to look to these idiots to fill them up anymore. They're going to look to you to do that. And that is where true empowerment lies, where you stop looking for the approval and the validation from idiots, because that's what these people are. They're idiots. And that's how you build self-trust and self-worth, and you have a solid regimen of self-care where you really nurture yourself and give yourself the things that you need so that you feel peaceful. And once you cultivate that for yourself, you are not going to let anybody destroy your peace. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's other stuff in this article. It's pretty juicy. See, I'm only on this page. There's like 3 more pages. But I wanted to jump on here, provide the link for you to read this full article and to also get some other resources that you can find on my website for free. And then also connect with me too. You know, there is an opportunity for you to do a session with me one-on-one via video. I have other videos here that you can look at too and, you know, binge out on and just learn stuff. We're all in it together as far as this little community of people on YouTube looking for support, looking for information. So I'm happy to serve you. I'm Lisa, the Love Coach, Lisa Concepcion. You can find me at lovequestcoaching.com. More on me and the link to my article is in the description below. And if you like this kind of content, hit the subscription, hit the notification so that when this party gets started, you can get invited and alerted that it's on. So I hope this helped you out so much. I'm happy to help you out. Let's connect. Oh, and the last thing that's also in the description is the link to the free Love Life assessment. So if you want to get a free assessment, you can also do that over on my website. Again, all the links for you are in the description below. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.